माइंडसैट दी कि बेसिकली ये चीज़ दा रियलाइज़ करो इज़ बेसिकली कि तुसी अपने आप नू मारा सोचना ते बाकी सारे नू चंगा सोचना है ना एंड मेक इंस्टेड बेसिकली एम्पावर योर चिल्ड्रन कि अपने स्किन दे नाल कंफर्टेबल होन है ना एंड कई बार की हुंदा आ ये यंग एज तो शुरू हो जाता आ एंड इट स्टार्ट्स इन नर्सरी स्कूल स्टार्ट्स इन प्राइमरी स्कूल्स सो देयर वाज अ यंग कुड़ी वो साडे इलाके च सीगी एंड उन्होंने एक गोरे जिथे ज़्यादा गोरे आ उत्थे अपनी न्याणी भेजते देखो उत्थे वो वधी एजुकेशन है दैट्स फाइन एंड 5 दिन बाद उन्होंने कुड़ी जिहदा नाम सी कमलजीत वो अपनी मम्मी डैडी नू कही जाती सी मम डैड मीन डोंट कॉल मी कमलजीत कॉल मी किम्बरली है ना एंड बेसिकली सो द मम डैड फोन्ड मी अप एंड दे सेड व्हाट शैल वी डू And I said, your children are visual learners. Hana? Show them Sundari cartoon on YouTube. They showed him Sundari cartoon and their daughter went back on Monday, said, I'm not Kimberly, I'm Kamaljeet and now I'm going to wear the star as well. And this is why it's important, apne bachyan naal have books that look like them, have toys that look like them. Hana? And we have loads of these resources in Canada, loads of these resources in UK, and you can order them online. Prem Ras Books, Share Charity, etc. In UK, we've created a toy called Bard Singh, etc. You can order all of this stuff online. The books and toys that your children, and one seva you should be doing in all your Punjabi schools and Gurdware, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ fund ਬਣਾਉਣਾ ਆ. Let's say you got $2,000 or $3,000 in that fund. You're going to order $2,000 or $3,000 worth of books. ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਕੋਲ ਆ ਦੇਣਾ. You sell them. So that they go into the community, पैसे वापस आ जाते, they order more books. उत्थे थोड़े stall होने चाहिए आ, but in every house they should have books that look like them, because उत्थे थोड़े बच्चे normalize their रूप, है ना? And we have loads of these books designed. Does that make sense? Yes. Because if everything looks like people that are different than them, थोड़े बच्चे starts thinking मेरे नाल कोई चीज़ wrong है ना? एंड ये ना सोचो कि एक स्कूलों ने कल्ले थोड़े नाल करना आ, इन्होंने तो जीसस नू नहीं बख्शिया है ना. सो अंडरस्टैंड जीसस, ही इज़ अ ग्रेट पर्सन, वी हैव मैसिव रिस्पेक्ट फॉर हिम, वी कॉल हिम ईसा है ना. ही इज़ अ गुड पर्सन, बट लेट मी टेल यू समथिंग अबाउट जीसस है ना. ही वाज बोर्न इन पैलेस्टाइन है ना. ही हैड ब्राउन स्किन, ही नेवर कट हिज केस है ना. He basically had a black dari. And if you read the Old Testament, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਆ, he wore the star and ਕੱਲੀ ਨੀਲੀ ਰੰਗ ਦਾ ਦਸਤਾਰ ਬੰਨ੍ਹਦਾ ਸੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ. And so Jesus didn't look like Brad Pitt with black funky hair. Jesus looked like a Sikh. Understand that है ना. And when you listen to political discourse and people say, oh, get rid of these immigrants, get rid of these people, but we are the land of Jesus. I don't know if you saw it in New Zealand. Utte Nagar Kirtan rokta si, hai na? And saying, this is the land of Jesus. And then I spoke on their TV, national TV. I said, this is not the land of Jesus, this is the land of Maoris. And you are brown people. Jesus is from Middle East. Hai na? But we respect Jesus, but Jesus looked like the immigrants you're telling to go away. And if you're real followers of Jesus, Jesus loves everybody. Hai na? And so understand how these things work in terms of the whitewashing. Because the problem in these countries is that there's a battle between individualism and family values. ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਸਕੂਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ constantly conditioning ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ. Conditioning ਇਹ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ that I only care about myself. And you will hear this in your children. You will hear this in other children. They're saying, it's not my problem, sanu ki. Hana? It's all about me. It's all about myself. Hana? It's all about the individual. Hana? And it's not about family likiya, the community likiya. That is taken out of the conversation. Ida result ki hunda ya, je tusi है ना गोरियांगर अपनी फैमिलियां बनातियां, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ modern ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ, then your children are going to become more and more caught in this trap of individualism. The problem with this individualism is individualism leads to loneliness. Because family values, family ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੌਣਕ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ. Does that make sense? है ना. ਹੁਣ we in our family ਅਸੀਂ 14 ਜਾਣੇ ਆ. There's me, my wife, I've got 4 children, my brother, his wife, he's got 3 children. We live ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਇਕੱਠੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ in a ਵੱਡਾ house. Now we got 2 houses next door to each other because every 3 years we build new houses for each else. है ना. And then we got my parents, we got my grandparents. है ना. ਜੇ 2 ਜਾਣੇ ਘਰ ਚੋਂ ਨਿਕਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਇਦਾਂ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਯਾਰ ਉਹ ਰੌਣਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ. Even though there's still another 10 people in the house. There's still another 12 people. Because that is where pyar exists. Now, why is this important? ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ important ਕਾਤੇ ਆ? Because ਕਈ ਲੋਕ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ. I need my ਵੱਖਰਾ ਘਰ. I need to be ਵੱਖਰਾ all the time. ਹੈ ਨਾ? What it is then ਬਾਅਦ 'ਚ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ I got no child care. ਹੈ ਨਾ? ਫਿਰ child care ਲੱਭੀ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ. There's going to be no one better for your child care than your own mother, than your own father. ਹੈ ਨਾ? ਪਰ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ. ਐਂਡ ਗੋਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੰਨੀ ਗੱਲ ਇਹ ਵੱਧ ਗਈ ਆ ਕਿ ਬੇਸਿਕਲੀ ਇੰਡੀਵਿਜੂਅਲਿਜ਼ਮ ਇੰਨਾ ਵੱਧ ਗਿਆ ਆ ਇਹ ਕਰੈਤਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਬੱਚੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਮਾਉਂਦੇ. ਤਾਂ ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਪੋਪੂਲੇਸ਼ਨ ਡਿੱਗੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ. ਸੋ ਵੈਨ ਵੀ ਵਰ ਗੋਇੰਗ ਟੂ ਸਕੂਲਸ ਵੈਨ ਵੀ ਵਰ ਯੰਗ they said world population is increasing and we're going to run out of food. ਹੈ ਨਾ? The reality is the food is more abundant than ever and world population is going down a cliff. है ना? But it's not in all comma. It's mainly Koreans, Japanese, Gore, but the Latinos are having more population than ever before. The Muslimans are, the apne. And so कई लोग सोचते हैं ना कि बच्चों के केस नहीं रखने, they might get racism. The reality is your life experience in this earth with what you were, with your dastara and everything else is going to be very different to your children's life experience. They're going to live in a far more multicultural world. They're not going to have the level of racism that you had. Because basically, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੋਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ population ਘਟੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ ਤੇ ਬਾਕੀ every country you go in the world, they complain there's too many Indians. You go to Australia, they're saying too many Indians, they're taking over. You go to Ontario, they call it Brownland. You know, Ontario is the size of France. You go to UK, they say Muslims are taking over. But the reality is, and even in America, Indians are the most successful ethnic minority now. But why is that? Because India is the biggest populated country in the world. And if you need migrants, that's the main place people are always going to get migrants. It's going to be from India and China because they have the biggest young populations. And je eh bacche nahi jama rahe, saadi ta nahi fault hai. And you're going to find this in most countries. Like you go to Canada, you go to Australia, apne log raj kar diya. If you go to Melbourne, Singh and Kaur is the most common baby name now in Melbourne. The whole of North Melbourne is run by Punjabis. And you guys just cross the border, you see Brampton, you see Surrey, you see all these places. And apne log ki karde hai, they think, oh no, ye ta pindu log ya, ye ta aa log ya. Let me tell you, the people you're looking down on, them places are going to go through gentrification. Because all them jehde pehle generation de bacche all going to be professionals. And in 5-10 years time, you're not going to be able to afford a house in them places. They're going to be richer, more successful, more cosmopolitan, because that's what happens when you go from one generation to another generation to another generation. Because we see that in West London. We see that in the Midlands. People want to live in them areas jithe sat to zyada apne log kya because everybody is a top professional. Does that make sense? That's an evolution with time. Waheguru. And so Goriyan da ki haal ho gaya inan da 40%, so ਜਿਹੜੀ ਬੀਬੀ ਆ, so a woman, ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਬੱਚਾ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਆ, it can be from the age of 16 to maybe 40, where a baby is fertile. And statistics in UK and Western countries show that 50% ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਬੀਬੀਆਂ ਗੋਰੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ 40 ਸਾਲ ਦੀਆਂ ਹੋ ਗਈਆਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਬੱਚਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ. Which means that they were having affairs, ਪੁੱਠੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਸੀ, ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਕਰਦੀਆਂ ਸੀ, ਬੱਚਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਨਹੀਂ. And ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ population ਅੱਧੀ ਹੋ ਜਾਣੀ ਆ in one generation. Does that make sense? And it's because of lack of family values and it's all about individualism. And ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੌਮ ਨੂੰ ਫਰਕ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਆ. ਐਵੇਂ ਤਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ Elon Musk is tweeting out all the time. This is the reality of what's happening. And the reality is the people that have family values, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ population mass level ਤੇ ਵਧੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ. And this is where your opportunity is. And ਸਿਰਫ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤਾ, they have over-sexualized young ਕੁੜੀਆਂ. And here in America, there's an organization that you should be aware of. It's not a religious group. It's called Mothers for the Protection of Young Girls. So it's mothers from all over America that have realized the way our young girls are getting treated in society is terrible for their mental health. You know? And it's like, I have a daughter and I have 3 boys. Put your hands up if you've got a daughter. Okay, all of you need to understand this. It's much easier for me or my wife to buy clothes for our son than it is for our daughter. Because when you buy kapre for munde, they're just kapre. When you buy kapre for kuriyan, 100 ਵਾਰੀ ਸੋਚਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਆ. Because the kapre are designed to become tighter and tighter and show more of their body and everything else. And then you got to think, is that how I want you to dress? Because your daughter is just going to follow what her friends are wearing at school. They're going to follow trends. And you have to empower your daughter to basically say, "Nay, pot, think about this. You are not a piece of meat for pervert old men." Because most of the fashion industry is run by men who are in their 40s. And they want your kuriya to be sexualized. Because that is who they prey on. Does that make sense? And you have to educate your kuriya in this way. That you are not a piece of meat for pervert old men. You are a valuable part of society. You are a strong, independent person who has feelings, who matters. Do you think your daughters matter? Do the females in this room think you matter? Yes. So empower yourselves, because this is what's happening. Do you know, so in that organization, they showed an example. They showed in America, this is how multi-level of Beefkoof is. In America, you can buy a t-shirt at Walmart for a 6-year-old girl, which is Talioted Nangaya, Utte t-shirt, and Ode which likya hooker. So people that don't understand, that means prostitute. Now, pehla level of Beefkoof is jehde bande ne wo design kita ya. Dusra level of Beefkoof is Walmart jehda bechda ya. Teesra level of Beefkoof, Walmart ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਵੇਚਦਾ ਹੈ ਜੇ ਕੋਈ ਖਰੀਦਦਾ ਆ. ਹੈ ਨਾ? So you see multiple levels of Beefkoof there. And this is what's happening to your daughters. And you have to wake your children up, because it's called the Lolita effect, and it's a stolen childhood. And you get your kuriya that are constantly taught this, especially through TikTok and Instagram, that this is somehow cool. And then on top of that, you have gender ideology. And I know you're a blue state, and you might be things, but this is the whole thing. Eh kaate ho reha ya? Personally, I have an opinion, you might have different opinions, but I believe, ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਵੀ ਕੌਮ ਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ, ਉਹਦੀ ਮਰਦਾਨਗੀ ਖਤਮ ਕਰੋ. And ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਦੀ ਮਰਦਾਨਗੀ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, ਉਹ ਕੌਮ weak ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਆ. And you'll basically be doing this. Now, I employ people that are homosexual. I have no problems with people that are homosexual, but I don't think it should be taught in schools. That's my personal opinion. That's a growing opinion around the world. That this has gone too far. Now, the thing is, ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਹਟਣਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਿਆਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ. ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਧਰਮ ਨਾਲ ਕੋਈ ਚੀਜ਼ ਰੋਂਗ ਆ, ਤਾਂ ਹੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਅਲਾਉ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ, ਕਿਸੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਚਰਚਾਂ 'ਚ ਅਲਾਉ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ. ਪਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਸੁਣੋ. Why are so many people that are gore becoming Muslims? Because they say Christianity has become weak religion ਆ, ਉਹ ਖੁੱਲੀ ਛੁੱਟੀ ਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਹਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਅਸੂਲ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ. And so you have to realize, as a panth, we have assuls. We have assuls, and ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਮਰਦਾਨਗੀ ਰੱਖਣੀ ਆ. ਇਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਨੰਦ ਕਾਰਜ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੇ. So realize one thing. ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਾ ਆ, ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਿਸ਼ਾਨ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਆ.